Take a look at this. It is a sport they call sky surfing, and for those who have done it, they say there is no other adventure quite like it.
I guess hanging 10 takes on new meaning. You may think that bungee jumping is the newest, craziest, and most dangerous sport to come around, but bungee jumping, it looks like, at least to us, doesn't even compare. It's not even a drop in the bucket with this stuff.
That's right. You've probably seen sky surfing in the Reebok shoe commercials where a California man jumps out of an airplane and surfs the wind on a snowboard. Well, there is a Valley man who is one of only 19 people in the world who sky surfs, and Dan Davis went out to see it for himself. Dan, what'd you think?
Well, it didn't go up to 20, I can tell you that. I'm down here at the America West Arena tonight where my wife and I were down watching some team tennis with Martina Navratilova, and I tell you, very exciting matches out here tonight, but to be honest, nothing to compare with sky surfing, because that is one of the few things I know of that you can get an adrenaline rush just watching it. And as you said, Heidi, only 19 people in the world, we're told, doing it on a regular basis, and when you see it, it's pretty easy to understand.
Yeah, surf's up. Notice there's 20 footers on the third reef at about 13,000 feet, boys.
Russell Calkins is a 36-year-old commodities broker from Scottsdale who is anything but a mild-mannered Clark Kent. He admits he has way too much energy for one person, and after making more than 300 skydiving jumps, he knew he just had to strap on a board.
It's really fast, and it's, you know, it's kind of scary. Ready, set, go!
Sky surfing is almost unbelievable even when you see it. And it may look like the ultimate thrill, but the fact is, Calkins is riding on the very edge between life and death as he cuts through the sky. At times, he's barely in control, and it takes a tremendous effort to control that board as he drops at an incredible 150 miles an hour. From 13,000 feet, that's about a 50-second ride.
That was awesome. I love this. I'll never stop. This is too much.
In between jumps, Calkins showed us the quick-release bindings and miniature parachute that adds at least a little safety to this dangerous sport.
I'm really into witnessing for Jesus Christ. That's my main thing. That's really why I'm doing it now. Plus, it's a lot of fun.
And let's face it, you need a lot of faith to have this much fun.
I got a good exit here, and I'm trying to track. I'm trying to go forward. And I did a backflip. The second one was a little off balance. Very hard to get back up on the board at this point. A lot of wind, a lot of heavy uppers, and then get back on it. I'm trying to go toward the cameraman at this point to see if I can gain some forward speed. Heavy balance right here. Trying to put my arms back so I can get that board going more forward speed. And at this point, I check my altimeter, do a couple of more tracks here. Getting definitely used to the board by now. Definitely getting used to this. Do a 360 flat spin. Said, okay, we're at 5,000 feet. See you later. I waved them off.
And it was at this moment that this dangerous sport took an almost deadly turn. And Calkins almost kissed it goodbye as his parachute shredded, and in a frightening second, he was headed head first toward the ground.
Just as soon as I threw it out, kabow, and I look up on my parachute, it just, one side just exploded. It couldn't hold the wind. So as soon as I cut away, I was back into free fall. I stood back up on the board because you don't want to have this board curling in back of you, having the canopy deploy up on it. That's one of the dangers with board jumping is you fall really fast.
I tell you what, that is a wild, wild thing to see. Very dangerous, but very safe to watch. And as much fun as it looks like he was having, it is dangerous, and you really have to be a competent skydiver first before you can even try something like this. And he's had well over 300 jumps before he took a chance. Right. And as you can see there, you really have to stay under control when you're in trouble.
You have to be a tremendous athlete, it looks like.
That was frightening to watch. Dan, I mean, what happens? He spins around, he catches his emergency chute, and he's dead.
Well, that's why it's so important to get that board underneath, because if your legs are still kicked up, which the wind is pushing your legs up and you have to fight it, that board gets caught up in your parachute, very easily you could be history. And so that is probably the most critical moment, to get that board underneath and get the chute up.
That was real interesting.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dan. My heart's still beating at 500 miles an hour.
Now I know why he's campaigning for the Lord. He almost met him.
No, he almost.
Wow. Unbelievable.